rub bang bars a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess we're going to see what you actually want from a track in Tyne Ride, eh?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's I've had a good part of that. That's going to be a straight rhythm, so
easy.
Yeah.
I just saw like the preview thing. It looks mint. It looks so good.
So that's pretty sick, really. Red Bull were they'd been in talks with Newcastle Council even before I actually became a Red Bull athlete, and I know that it just so happens that Newcastle Council's pretty open and welcoming to do stuff, and then obviously I came on board and it kind of made sense to do an event or race kind of around me, I think. So that kind of just came together nicely, and then obviously, you know, any Red Bull event is going to be big, it's going to be wild, and I said, I think the track doesn't necessarily need to be difficult, because my idea, it hasn't really worked out just because of dates and other events that are happening, that I wanted to try and get some riders from other sports and other disciplines to come and do it. So I said, like, my idea was it just needs to visually look mad, like someone walk around the corner and just go, like, what the fuck's happening on this street today? Because it's literally middle of the city centre, shutting down a road, like right by the River Tyne. The setting is so sick, and it's going to be like, the track's like 3 containers high in some places.
So you can see it all. It's all like, what's that game? Do you know the game I mean? It's like I don't know, Motor Trial or something.
It's called.
Yeah, like I remember that as a kid.
So, and it's like literally 2 lanes, so it's not racing against each other. But again, we often do like a similar format as qualifying for the hard enduro races. It's happened in quite a few places.
You do it for SuperEnduro as well, don't you?
SuperEnduro, we do like a 1-lap super pole to get the start order, or like the order you go to the grid. But obviously, that track's in a stadium, so it's a bit more like a supercross layout with like 180 corners, 90-degree corners. Yeah. But for the hard enduro races, this is where it becomes so confusing, because there's like qualifying. Some races have like a big qualifying race. Some races don't even have qualifying. Some hard enduro races are 2 hours long. Some
this is it. Enduro's
some are 5 days long, and it is difficult to follow. But often for qualifying, we'll do a straight rhythm style, like a SuperEnduro, either a SuperEnduro race or like a straight rhythm race where it's like 2 lanes, you race there and you race back, and it's the first one to cross the finish line.
Yeah, got you.
Which is what this is going to be, which again is close racing, because that style of track just lends to, so easy to make a mistake, but it's so easy to then recover from a mistake. So it's going to be cool. Like I say, it's its first year. We've done some test runs of the track and stuff, which just to make sure it's going to be even on both sides, and to know like what jumps are possible and what's probably going to be possible for a handful of people, which is then going to produce some separation. And
so you're trying to build in those features.
Yeah, like exactly. We want to make it so like if you really want to send it, there's time to be made up. Yeah. And like I say, with any kind of event they do it properly, and they wanted. That's why they wanted to have a test run and stuff like that, just to see how it worked. And
what did you leave out? Were you like putting the rocks in? Or were you know what I mean?
I didn't leave anything out. There's one feature which I was pushing pretty hard for, which I got told has to wait till next year, which I'm not going to go too much into it, but it was like visually, well, it involved cranes, put it that way.
Oh, mate.
and I was like pushing so hard for it, and Matt from Red Bull was also like on my side, and we were kind of like fighting against the event guys, because obviously it costs a lot of money, and it with it being the first year, and in the end we thought, okay, we'll not give them too much the first year, we'll make sure we've got like a level up for next year. So I don't know, if I get my way for next year, I think it's gonna look pretty mad.
It's I think it's really cool to see, because Red Bull obviously do the Serra Bio, which is like the downhill races through towns.
Yeah.
And there's something about bringing, like, because essentially all of us are doing these weird sports, like, that are ultimately a lot of the time in the middle of the woods, or like, there's something so cool about bringing them to towns, isn't there? And like seeing people have never seen anything like it.
100%. And that was what I was so on board with it for, was like that part of Newcastle as well is pretty busy, especially on like a weekend, and it's in August, so fingers crossed we get good weather.
Yeah.
And I just had visions of like people walking around the corner, like, I don't know. I've got this vision of like a mother and a kid, like mother and the son, walking, holding hands, walking around the corner and just going, what on earth is happening here? And then they just see a motorbike like flying 2 shipping containers high over their head and stuff. And I just think like visually that is, you can't not want to know what's going on and want to
Yeah.
look, and then, you know, hopefully then they go home and look up the riders that's been racing, or like, I think it can't not bring new eyes to the sport.
No.
And then, like I say, with it, that style of racing, I think it's going to be entertaining for the involved fan, the fan that knows what's going on and is really like wants to follow it. That's going to be a tight race. They're going to want to know. They're going to have the favourites, or they're going to already want to know who they want to win, or they're going to want to know a lot. Well, they already know a lot more of what's going on, so they're going to be involved and can follow it. It's not like, I think a lot of times when there's things happen to try and bring new people into the audience, it becomes a bit too cheesed.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's hard to get it right, isn't it?
It's hard to
get it right.
Yeah, it is. And like I say, fingers crossed it does get right. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to be successful from that sense, but
it looks amazing, dude.
There's a lot of time and effort going in. It's like more than 2 years in the works now.
Yeah.
And I think, fingers crossed it goes well, and I think it's going to be a good mix, and it definitely has a lot of room to grow too. So yeah, I think 3rd of August in Newcastle, if anyone wants to go and check it out. Well, I'm sure you'll see stuff everywhere on the build up to it. There's a lot of content being made and stuff like that still hasn't came out yet, so it's going to be cool.
Look forward to it. So race format wise, with the SuperEnduro, you do your quali lap and you're on your own.
Yeah.
But that's only one part of it, right? Then it turns into full contact supercross style around this kind of trials like enduro track.
Yeah.
Is that a good summary?
Nailed it.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
That very impressive.
But like, okay. Hey, man, what an episode that was. You did amazing in it.
And so did you.
You shone like a star.
You shone like a moon.
Can we also put something up here that you can click on for the next episode?
How about we put a subscribe up there in the middle?
Yeah,
we're going to put a video we think that our lovely companionship will love on your face.
On my face?
Yeah. And
so
on
they can't see me now?
Gone. And on my face, another video that we think people will love. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please hit like and subscribe. You guys are the best.
Peace and love.